The approach to recording guitar, heading into the studio is always just, of course, to practice a ton. I mean, that is the point to having off for so long, weeks, months even, is so you can sit there and play. Because when you're in the studio, you have to play perfectly. Like, you have to be able to play your parts perfectly. Sure, you're gonna go a couple parts, you're just gonna do really part by part, just chunks. And also mentally, you need to come in. You have to have a pretty good viewpoint of how things are going to go, because it's going to go slow. It's going to be very frustrating. So I think, as well as just practicing a ton, you need to go in there and just know that, like, you're not going to get everything the first time. You're not going to get everything the fifth time, 10th time. Like, it's going to take a long time. So that, like, is my general approach. Like, I get, like, super nervous because it's just you in a room and everyone's listening to you play. And it's like, well, I just messed up 10 times. Okay, give me a minute and then I'll do it again. But that is the hardest part. It's just getting yourself mentally in that area to just be able to sit there and play over and over and over and over and over again. So yeah, that's my approach. Practice. I think the new album has something for everyone who's been a fan of the band for a long time. I mean, there are definitely some breaks, like Internal Canon on the last record, where you're going to hear like different new instruments I've never used before. There's more clean parts, but also the first like 20 seconds of the record is probably the heaviest thing that we've ever written. And I think we're not releasing the song first or anything as a single just because we want it to be a shock and to like hit kids really hard, but the first time just be a surprise. Because there are those kids who are just like, oh, you're not as heavy as you used to be, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, well, here you go. That's going to kick you right in the nuts. So enjoy that. But I do think that it's a great record. It's a solid record. I think all the songs are really good. They all bring something different to the table, and there's a lot of diversity. There's some songs that are just the heaviest thing I've ever written, and then there's some that are the softest songs I've ever written. So hopefully there's something for everyone to enjoy. My favorite song on the record is probably the song Treatment. I think lyrically it's awesome. It's probably the most like ballsy lyric thing that we've ever written, and I just love the music. I think the words and everything fit so well with the music, and the song it's awesome. It's a linear progression the whole way through, but it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds. That's easily my favorite track right now, I think.